Hello, my name is Nancy Mann. I'm the Family Involvement Coordinator at Coeburn Primary. Today, I would like to talk to you about nouns, verbs, and adjectives. These are introduced to your children at an early age, usually beginning in first grade. And there are many fun things that you can do at home to help your child with the concept of these. First of all, your child needs to know the definition of a noun and a verb and an adjective. A noun is a word that is the name of something, a person, place, thing, or animal. A verb is a word that shows action. Now we know that this is a simple verb. As your child gets older, he or she will be introduced to helping verbs, irregular verbs, but we want to just concentrate first of all on just simple verbs. And then we will continue with the adjectives. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. It gives information about maybe size, age, color, or shapes. One of the activities that you can do with noun is very simple. When your child learns new vocabulary, you can have them to go over the words with you overnight and then sort the words into the person, place, and thing category. And one of the ways to do that is to just make a little chart. You can cut out pictures out of the magazine, out of the newspaper. You can even draw a picture, post it on the wall, or on a door, or just put it on a table or lay it on the floor and help your children sort words. And each day that your child comes in with new vocabulary words, you can write up the vocabulary words and say, now, is this a noun? Which one of these words are nouns? And then help them decide which category they go in. Then you will go back and you will work on verbs. Verbs will be introduced probably after your child has mastered the nouns. And one of the best ways to do that is to teach the simple verbs as showing action. And children love to act out the words. We even did that in second grade in the classrooms. And if you introduce a new word like splash, I splashed in the water, then let your child act out the word. You could put the words into a paper bag. You could put them in a bowl. You could make a list of verbs. And I have put a list of some simple verbs like jump, dig, fly, look, blink. Just put them in a bowl and have your child draw out a word, let your child act it out, and you try to guess it. And then you do the same for your child. You pick out a word and you act it out, ask your child to guess what the word is. So that's another way, just a simple, good way to go over verbs. And then we will continue with adjectives. And an adjective describes a noun. And I read an article once, just recently, and it said that if you could help your child with adjectives by having them to describe the world. And I thought that was so cool. And what it was is if you're out in the yard playing, ask your child to describe the yard. Tell them to make up 5 sentences that describes what they're seeing out in the yard. And as they make up their first sentence, then like, well, I see green grass, then say, now what word did you use to describe the word grass? And that's a good way to get them to say green. And then you can continue doing that. And if you go to the grocery store, say, can you make 5 sentences to describe what you see in here? And just continue to build on that. And it is a way to describe the world. And as the final activity, you could combine these and begin working on sentences. And one of the things is just to do the little bags, nouns, verbs, and adjectives. And you can make a list of words. Say, take the words that you've posted on the wall. Maybe you've made a list of verbs and adjectives. Just make some words. You can use cut up cardboard. You can use scraps of paper. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. You can use index cards. Make the words, drop them down in the right bag, and then have your children, these are nouns, and these are adjectives. Have your child to draw a word from each bag and make a sentence. And the sentence might be a silly sentence, but that's okay. If they draw a word, say, I'll do one here. This is dog. Then draw out a verb, fly, and then draw out an adjective, loud. And they can make a sentence, and it doesn't matter if it's a silly sentence to start off with. We could say, the loud dog will fly to the moon. It's a sentence, it's got a beginning, middle, and end. Just continue working on your children with those types of things. You can say the loud dog and ask them, oh, which word was the adjective? Which word was the verb? Which word was the noun? And then just continue on that, have the sentences, continue with the sentences, let them build on the sentences, make longer sentences. But there's all kinds of little activities that you can do. Another one is take the story. Lots of times children have to read a story of a night out of their reading book that they bring home from school. You can have your child, you can sit there and listen to your child and say, can you point out some nouns and verbs and adjectives? And then you can write those down and put them in their bags or post them on the wall or put them on little bowls on the table where you can continue doing activities. But there's all kinds of things that you can do to reinforce these skills. Thank you so much.